Marcelo here, and I had a question yesterday about running zone dive. Do you run zone dive at a 3 technique? Bro, you run zone dive at everything. Air Force doesn't care. They're running at a gap 8. They run it at a 7 diamond. They'll run it at a 2-eye, 2, 3, 4-eye. Guy in the B gap, guy in the A gap. They don't care. They run it 20 plus times a game, and they're 34-11 in the last 4 years. So you run zone dive at everything because the basis of it is the guard is going to base whoever's on him. If nobody's on him, he's going to go to the second level. The center's going to snap the ball. He's going to open it 90 degrees, and he is going to sprint to the guard's hip and then work with the guard and use his right knee, right hand, and take 4 northbound steps to block the guy with whom the guard is engaged. Now, if there's a shade or a A-gap defender, basically what ends up happening is the center is going to end up down blocking that player because it doesn't really matter because the tackle has to do the same thing. The tackle wedges with the guard, but if there's a 4-eye or a B-gap defender, the tackle's going to down block that player. So if you have an A-gap player and a B-gap player, this guy's going to go to the backer. This guy's going to down block. He's going to down block, and basically it creates a wedge where they have nowhere to go. That's the point. So the thing that I always recommend that you practice against the most is gap 8, where you have an A-gap defender and a B-gap defender and a C-gap defender. Or you have an A-gap defender, a B-gap defender, a D-gap defender with a C-gap defender off the line of scrimmage. Regardless, you're creating a 6-man wedge on zone dive because the backside guard blocks the spine of the center, the backside tackle blocks the spine of the backside guard. The A-back wedges with the play side hip of the play side tackle with 2 hand slams. Whoever shows, nobody shows, it goes second level because if somebody shows, they're taking the dive. If the immediate threat doesn't show, it means they're the quarterback player and that the next level person is taking the dive. So that's why you do it that way. The receiver fans the first person from a 9 technique out, steps with his inside foot, he climbs vertical, and then when he gets his heels past the heels of the D-gap defender, he anchors down with his right knee, right hand, 4-inch eastbound steps. Backside A-back leaves at the snap and runs the pitch to occupy the perimeter. Quarterback takes the snap, jumps in the play side A-gap, points the ball. The B sprints with the ball, sprints to the play side hip, the tackle sprints through the end zone. Quarterback accelerates outside to pull the perimeter out there so they don't fold back in on the dive. You run zone dive at everything. Doesn't matter. Like I said, the one scenario you got to practice the most is against true A and B gap defenders. Because of that, you're going to get a down block, and he's going to go to the nearest backer, and then you're going to hand the ball off, and the bottom line is it's a 6-man wedge. Easiest play to block I've coached in my 4 decades of coaching. Air Force runs it 20 plus times a game. When they make it work, they win. If it happens not to work, they lose. It's not real hard. Get it to work. So you run zone dive at everything. Coaches, you want to win more games in 2023, pick up the phone now and give me a call. My number's on the thumbnail of this video, so is my website. The Triple Option Football Academy is going to show you how to run zone dive. It's going to show you how to install the entire offense the same way Air Force is currently running it based on their 2022 data. You're going to learn how to install it as you play call it as you install it. You're going to learn how to practice it. You're going to learn how to persist. And so much more. But the online classroom, which is what the academy is, you watch a 3-step clinic. There's over 100 hours of drill video. Of course, you don't have to watch it all, but it's there to supplement you. The key is watching the clinic. There's 50 plus hours of past installation clinics. I do a webinar with you and your staff, and I'm on call 365 days a year, and there's more in the online classroom. But it all starts with you picking up the phone and giving me a call. Last year, I had multiple clients win big. I had a client in South Carolina with 14 players go to the state championship game, and I had a client in Oklahoma go from 2 wins the previous year to the second round of the Oklahoma State playoffs the following year. It's not an accident. Whenever you're ready, you know what to do. I'll see you soon.